The 7-year war in Yemen has resulted in a lot of suffering for all sections in the community. The war continues to cause more injuries and disabilities and more suffering for those who are already disabled. The following report has more details on this.
The world is celebrating the International Day of Disabled Persons on December the 3rd. While disability in Yemen has been increasing over time, especially because of increased conflict in the area. The majority of people who have acquired a disability during the war are mainly because of the injuries they had from airstrikes, landmines, and other explosive remnants of the war. The Yemeni Handicapped Forum revealed that there were more than 2 million people living with some type of disability. The ongoing conflict in Yemen has added to the number of people who are disabled. There have been around 28,500 people injured in Yemen since March 2015. Because of the ongoing conflict in Yemen, people with disabilities face problems such as lack of services and inability to access buildings. Rubble in the streets can make it difficult for those with physical disabilities to access services. Areas that have received heavy bombings have had to discontinue services to people with disabilities. Assistive devices are too expensive to purchase due to the poverty of many disabled Yemeni people. Most people with disabilities in Yemen lack education, and only 23.6% of those with disabilities have finished secondary school. Human Rights Watch states that people with disabilities are at increased risk during times of crisis and conflict, as they have difficulty leaving conflict zones with their families. The Yemeni disability rights activist Dr. Raja Abdullah Al-Masabi, chairwoman of the Arab Human Rights Foundation in Yemen, highlighted the challenge faced by persons with disabilities in displacement camps, stating that most of the camps in Yemen were not designed for disabled people. Basic rights such as access to health, water, sanitation facilities for people with disabilities are often ignored. The number of persons with disabilities has possibly doubled since the start of the war, and this number will continue to rise every day as bombs continue to fall in Yemen. Therefore, the UN Security Council should take further actions to meaningfully implement the UN Security Council Resolution 2475 on the protection of persons with disabilities. In the end, disability inclusion is an essential condition to upholding human rights, sustainable development, and peace and security. It is also central to the promise of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development to leave no one behind. The commitment to realizing the rights of persons with disabilities is not only a matter of justice, it is an investment in a common future.